Hello there, my name's Carl Surgeon and I'm a chef from Surgery's Deli in Spalding. Now today we're going to make a leftover roast dinner soup, which is a really simple recipe which you can download from the website and cook along with me. And the ingredients you'll need for this is around about a pound leftover Sunday roast meat, any roast vegetables you've got left, roast potatoes, mashed potato, again around about a pound in weight, thereabouts, some salt and pepper, a little bit of oil for frying, about a pint of water and 1 stock cube. And prep time for this is around about 10 minutes, cook time about 25. Right, let's get cooking. Now today I've got about a pound of roast pork left. But I mean, you could use roast chicken, roast lamb, beef, any kind of roast meat you've got left really, doesn't really matter. So just get your meat and just chop it into chunks to make it easier for when we come to blend the soup later. And if it's roast pork and you've got a bit of crackling on there, leave it in, it's all flavour. Okay. So just chop it up in small chunks. And they're small enough. And cut these ones again. So we're looking for a dice about so big. Okay. And they're all cut. You've got a nice large size saucepan. Pop that in there. Okay, and pop that back on the stove for the moment. And we'll get rid of this because we don't want this in our way. Now as you can see here, I've got some leftover roast potatoes, roast carrots, a bit of roast celery, just bits and bobs that are lying around that ordinarily you probably throw in the bin, or you might make a bubble and squeak out of, but this is a much heartier dish. Okay, now the roast vegetables in here. Now to make it easier for cooking, a bit quicker, just go through them with a knife, just roughly chop them up. Especially the roast potatoes because they're probably quite big. If you've got them too big in the pan, they take longer to cook. And this is something you could do on a Monday night with some nice crusty hearty bread. And you know, be a nice hearty tea, especially for the kids when they come home from school if they're really hungry straight away. Just get them and chop them up roughly. And don't worry the fact that they look a bit sad. That's because they're left over. And they do look a bit sad. But when we finish with it, it's going to be delicious. Okay, chop away. There we go. On there. Now our pan is on the stove, not on yet, it's not hot. Put that into there, that into there. Put that one there for a second. As you can see, most of my vegetables are quite small, so we don't have to chop those up. They're going to go straight into the pan now as well with the rest of the ingredients. Put it on there. Back there. Cloth. And then we'll get these onto the stove now. Put your stove on high. Okay, a little bit of cooking oil, just a little bit. A bit of local rapeseed oil, something like that. About a tablespoon is all you need. I mean, you can use over leftover dripping or lard from your dish, from your Sunday roast that you might have kept. Okay, and the beauty of this dish is now we're going to fry those off for a couple of minutes. And once they've had a little fry, we're going to add a stock cube. Okay, there's no need to make your stock up first in the pot. Add the stock cube to the dish and we'll pour the water on and it'll make its own stock. Right, now it's been on the stove for a couple of minutes and as you can hear and see, it's bubbling away. You give it a little stir and you'll be able to get that lovely smell of the Sunday roast coming out your pan again, which is really what we want. You know, because there aren't many people who don't love a Sunday roast. Oh, I love it. So, get your stock cube, pop that straight in, get your pint of water, pour that straight in, stir away, get it all nicely blended, and we give it a bit of seasoning. Now you have to bear in mind that these stock cubes that you buy from commercial products, they do contain a lot of salt. So I suggest you put your pepper in now, and towards the end of the cooking we'll have a little taste and see if we need any more salt. There's quite a lot of salt in the stock cube. So a good glug of pepper. Okay, give it a little stir. Wait for it to come to the boil. When it comes to the boil, put it on a low simmer and simmer it for around about 25 to 30 minutes. And then we're going to use a little stick liquidizer just to blend the whole soup up to make it nice and smooth. If you haven't got one of these, if you've got a food processor, then once it's cooked, you can put a little amount of time in the food processor. Don't fill it up too much because you whiz it on, it could go everywhere. These are much better. They're quite cheap nowadays. You can buy them from supermarkets for £4 or £5, cheap ones. So the food processor will do the same job. Right, now our leftover Sunday roast soup has been on the stove for around about 25 to 30 minutes and it's ready for us to liquidise. So let's get it liquidised. Onto our board. So we've got our stick liquidiser. Get it into the soup, make sure it's below the water level. So if it's not below the water level, when you press the button, the soup's going to go everywhere. Make sure you get all the bits split. Sometimes you have to lift up the liquidiser and put them over the big lump sometimes and just help blitz them in a bit. Right, so that's lovely and blitzed now, nice and smooth. And we check the seasoning, make sure it tastes okay. And also I like to add a little bit of richness to the soup. And I've got some double cream here. If you haven't got any double cream, don't worry, it's an optional extra. It just gives a bit more depth, a bit more oomph to it, you know. So we'll add a little bit anyway. So we get a bit of double cream. Just pour a little bit in there. Probably 15, 20 mils, you know, not a lot. Just enough to give it a bit of richness. Give it a little stir. And there we go. A little spoon. Give it a little blow, might burn your lips otherwise. And that tastes like Sunday roast in a bowl. Beautiful. It's got enough salt, it's got enough pepper, so we'll serve it. Got our ladle, got our soup. And as you can see, it's a very thick, hearty soup. Not for the faint-hearted, but it's brilliant on that cold winter's day. You've been out for a walk, you've been out for a bike ride, you've been out checking your allotment, anything like that. And you come back, Mum or Dad's made this, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's thick, it's unctuous, and it really does taste great. Let's have another taste for luck. It's really hearty. As you can see there, it's nice and thick, sticks to your ribs, keep you going for the rest of the day. Now if you want some more recipes, you can go to the website and download, and you can cook along with me, and happy cooking.